In the summer of 2022, Napoli lost former Serie A Defender of the Year Kalidou Koulibaly, the club's all-time top goalscorer Dries Mertens, as well as club captain Lorenzo Insigne.
That's not good.
Add to that key starters in David Ospina and Fabian Ruiz, and you get over 1,000 caps worth of Serie A experience gone into thin air.
That's a lot.
Yet, they currently sit top of the Serie A table with a more than healthy lead over everyone else. This wasn't supposed to happen. There are teams with bigger budgets, more well-known managers, and squads stacked with star players and household names. Yet, none of them have been able to snuff Napoli all season. I guess the only question left is,
how are they doing this?
By far the biggest surprise of Napoli's season so far has been Kvicha Kvaratskhelia.
He came out of nowhere.
The 22-year-old Georgian has leapt onto the world football stage, emerging from the cold clutches of Russia to flourish in the warmth of the Neapolitan sunshine. Kvaradona, as he's now called, has adapted to life in Serie A like a spider in its web. Son of former Georgian footballer Badri Kvaratskhelia, Kvicha certainly had the genes to go pro. Successful stints in the Georgian league and with the youth national teams earned him a move to Russia before his €9 million move to Napoli.
This is my chance.
His impact on games is not hard to see, and at full cry, he's more than a handful for even the best teams. A key strength of his is his ability to play these piercing passes through compact defenses. His close control and dribbling are of a high standard too, being able to manipulate the ball past and through defenders. His positional awareness is very good, and he's constantly scanning his surroundings, looking for opportunities to receive the ball in space and impact the game. He is not the most athletic winger out there and has struggled to beat defenders in behind, but he's fast becoming a master when the game is slowed down. An excellent creator who has quickly developed a fervent taste for goal, Kvicha Kvaratskhelia rightly deserves first mention when talking about Napoli's success. Kvicha's strike partner deserves his own segment as well though. The difference with him though is that you could see it from a mile away. Growing up in Lagos, Nigeria, and idolizing African football legend Didier Drogba, Victor Osimhen joined Wolfsburg just after turning 18. He would then get sent out on loan before making his way to France where he played for Lille. After finishing as their top goal scorer, player of the season, and African player of the year in 2020, he completed a €75 million move to Napoli. His development has continued in Italy and he is now clearly one of the best frontmen in the world. Osimhen has been Napoli's key this season, and despite not being the most technical player, his speed and athleticism make him a deadly attacking weapon. His pace and power are evident, even if you've just seen glimpses of it.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious.
Defend with a high line at your peril, as he will exploit the space in behind, as seen by his performance against Liverpool in the Champions League.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, I'm getting cooked.
But he's more than just a getting behind merchant. He's playing in one of the most possession-dominant teams in Europe, and not just playing, but flourishing in it. He's a threat inside the box, and is as clinical as they come for a young gunman. He's got Spider-Man-like instincts in the penalty area, and is always at least a split second faster than his defender. This helps him get a high number of good quality opportunities. He's no Karim Benzema or Roberto Firmino, but his creation has been sufficient this season. However, it does represent an area he can improve on to help Napoli reach even higher heights. If Osimhen is a physical specimen, then we need to come up with a new phrase for whatever Kim Min-Jae is. He's a 6'3" giant who moves like a ballerina but will truck you over for the ball before gracefully launching a missile into the air for streaking Victor Osimhen to latch onto.
Unbelievable. He's unbelievable.
Inspired by the great Sergio Ramos and the legendary Fabio Cannavaro, Kim has been the rock that has made Napoli roll this season. Growing up in the small town of Tongyong, apparently known as the Naples of South Korea, Kim has had to make some adjustments to living in the spotlight. He spent his first 5 years of pro football in Asia, before making the leap to Fenerbahce in Turkey. He was selected for the team of the season and just a year later was snapped up by Napoli. Despite being as physically imposing as he is, he's usually an extremely controlled and clean challenger. His ability on the ball should not go unnoticed as well. His long-range passing has unlocked a ton of value for Napoli. He has caused many a team a headache. So Napoli have some talented players, but props has to go to the man who brought them to the south of Italy. Cristiano Giuntoli has done a great job in recent years, picking up Kim Min-Jae and Kvicha Kvaratskhelia for a combined 28 million euros was a masterstroke by the Italian. The moves to bring in Juan Jesus, Andre Zambo Frank Anguissa, Giacomo Raspadori and Tonga Ndombele, all on the very cheap, have added depth to the squad and raised this team's floor dramatically.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Finally, we have to give flowers to the man who's put it all together. The master puppeteer who's had his eyes on a Scudetto almost as long as Napoli fans, looks like he's finally cracked the code. And he's done it in typical swashbuckling Spalletti style. A stereotypically Tuscan man, superstitious, dramatic and verbally aggressive, Spalletti favors free-flowing football and is a disciple of legendary Italian coach Marcello Lippi. Much like most great teams in Europe today, this Napoli side press from the front and hold on to possession like a baby with his favorite toy. They like to let the ball do the talking and spread it around like they're buttering toast. Their unheralded midfield of Lobotka, Zielinski and Anguissa all complement each other so well. It offers such a wonderful variety of skill sets in that three-man midfield. They form the engine room of Spalletti's 4-3-3 system. Napoli have teased fans in the past with the title charge, only for things to fall apart at or near the final hurdle. Could this be the year they finally get over the hump? Well, it would take a Spursian bottle job to prevent that.